Ours is on the first Monday of every month. Stories on the Square Decatur is the second Tuesday. I'm sorry, today is Tuesday. Seems like Monday. And then Carapace is the fourth Tuesday of every month. We're here at the Uptown Grill, and we really appreciate them hosting us. Stories on the Square Decatur is at the famous pub at Toco Hills Shopping Center. And as I said, Carapace is down at Manuel's Tavern in Little Five Points. We do have rules. Our theme tonight is Lost Highways. If you feel like telling a story, please get up and sign the sign-in sheet. It doesn't have to stick to the theme, but our theme tonight is Lost Highways. And we've matched the theme with Stories on the Square Decatur, their monthly themes. One of the new rules I'm making, the rules I've already mentioned, is no political rants, no ex-lover rants unless it's part of the story, and no comic routines. Preferably no singing unless it's part of the story. And my new rule that I'm making up here for some of you that were here last month is I'm going to follow the sign-in sheet. So you won't be surprised maybe as much when your name is called. Maybe one day we'll get really advanced and have a whiteboard up here with your name on it like we do down at Decatur. But our first storyteller tonight is Mr. Brian Dodd. Brian is co-host or host of the Stories on the Square Decatur. And Brian tells some interesting stories from North Georgia. And we look forward to hearing one tonight. Y'all welcome Brian Dodd.
The sign-in sheet's going to go back up here on the table.
I'm going to be bold and see if I can't hold the mic. But then I'd like to have this for my prop. Elena Marie Vasquez. I'm telling you the name alone, Elena Marie Vasquez. She rattles the nerves of the loins of my 15-year-old body that's still trapped inside my body. In 1981, she was the prettiest girl in the 11th grade, and we all loved her dearly. She was the head of the drama club. We all took drama class together, and every boy in the school liked her. And so in this particular class that we had with her, there were four of us, and we sat together with Matthew Lambert, and my buddy Lewis I've talked about before, and then myself, and right here was Elena. And we all wanted her affection. We all wanted to take her to a dance. So we would always bug her, and one day she decided, you know what I want to do is I want to hold a contest, a little talent contest. What are you willing to do to get me to be your date for the homecoming dance? And so we all were like, ooh, this is really important stuff here, so we're going to do this just right. Well, let me explain. What we decided to do was after lunch one day, where all the kids would congregate outside, we would try to woo her in our most talented way possible. So Matthew Lambert went first. Now Matthew was the kind of guy that, he's one of those guys you want to keep him away from your good friends. Your cheesy relatives and your friends you don't really like too much, you want him around them because he's kind of a scummy guy. But anyhow, Matthew wasn't the brightest guy in the world, and so he decided he was going to sing a song for her. So I'm going to sing tonight. I'm going to violate a rule, and unfortunately I sing really badly. Unfortunately, I'm tone deaf, so I don't care. But Matthew, the problem is this. Now, we all been after lunch. There's like a big crowd out there, so Matthew got ready, and this is his time to sing. He's going to perform his talent for Elena Marie Vasquez. So he gets up, and this is an old song from the 70s. Rock me gently. Oh, I forgot to tell you, he also has one dance move. So if you have delicate sensibilities, you might want to look away. It's an old Andy Kim hit from the 70s, I think 74. Rock me gently, rock me slowly, take it easy, don't you know? Bam! All of a sudden, her brother, Carlos Vasquez, comes out, knocks him out of the competition immediately. Now it's down to 2. And so this time it's Lewis's turn. Now I've talked about Lewis before, and I need to remind you guys, Lewis was 6'1", he weighed 74 pounds. He wore tight jeans, had the mullet top, and always wore a concert shirt, usually a Bob Seger concert shirt. Yeah, but come on, yeah. Always had a pack of cigarettes rolled up somewhere in one of his sleeves. Anyhow, Lewis, now I'm going to tell you this, And again, I can't sing, but there's one song from the 1970s that any guy can sing, and it's really good for young prepubescent boys who still haven't quite developed that manly voice. It's the one kind of high-pitched song that you can sing and maintain your manly ways. I'm going to try to sing it, and hopefully you'll remember it, and your ears won't bleed. Beth, I hear, and if you want to join in, please join in. Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys will be playing, and we just can't find the time. Just a few more hours, and I'll be right home to you. Beth, I hear them calling now. Oh, Beth, what can I do? Now, the thing that he forgot was to listen to the lyrics of the words, because do you want to go out with the boy who's going to leave you out and go play with the other boys all night? So no, he was out of it. So at this point, I'm feeling good about this. Now, in case you haven't noticed, I still can't sing. But I am a North Georgia redneck man of letters. My mother was a teacher, so I'm not afraid to whip out my man of letters capabilities. So what I decided to do is I'm going to drop some lyric. But my lyric is going to be an iambic pentameter. Okay? I'm going to drop a little Billy Ray Shakespeare on her. And I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to embarrass his good name by going to King Dick #3. This is the third act where Claudius is waking up. Oh! I've passed a miserable night, so full of fearful dreams and ugly sights, that as I am a Christian faithful man, I would not pass another such a night. Through to my world of 1,000 days, methought that Gloucester stumbling, and in falling struck me that thought to stay him overboard into the tumbling billows of the main. It didn't work. She said, no! And I'm going to tell you who did win. So here's the winner who shows up, David Rodriguez. And I'll tell you why David won. David, A, he could grow a mustache. B, David wore tinted sunglasses, but he convinced the school they were a prescription, so he always wore sunglasses, so everyone thought he was cool. But most importantly, the reason David won was that he drove a '78 Camaro with T-tops and the dash-mounted cassette deck. So he won Elena Marie Vasquez, and I continued on the path of the lost highway of love. Thank you.
Okay, we need storytellers. All right, thanks.